Yo guys, it's Mighty, and in today's video, we'll be checking out what I consider to be the best SkyPAD competitor out there. Of course, it's the Padsmith. This pad is, for one, absolutely beautiful. It's probably the best design out of any mousepad, cloth, or glass likewise that I've had or I've seen. I've probably been wanting this one since I've seen the design, and I was lucky enough for Dead Tree to send it to me for absolutely free, so shout out to him for sending me this absolute unit of a mousepad. Of course, it's glass, but the major difference between this pad and the SkyPAD, which I will show a side by side later, is the speed. It may not be very apparent once you first use it, but it is slower than the SkyPAD is. Not by much, but it is noticeable when you use them side by side or back to back. This pad has more dynamic friction and more static friction than the SkyPAD does. This pad is slightly smaller horizontally than the SkyPAD. It's 490 by 420, so it does give you that extra vertical room if you do want it. It's the same size as an XL artisan pads, just to put it in comparison. One thing that does stand out a lot for me with this pad that's very different from the SkyPAD is, if I can show you, the base on this pad. Unlike the SkyPAD, this entire base is completely rubber. It does not move at all, and it feels amazing both to stick on my desk and just to play on in general. So now, comparing this pad to a few of the most popular skates, of course I have X-Ray Pad Obsidians, basically brand new X-Ray Pad J skates. These are Tiger Ice V2s. And finally, weave core pads. With the Obsidians, these skates show the most amount of difference between this pad and the SkyPAD. I feel more friction when I move around the mouse, and definitely there's a lot more stopping power. Overall, these skates do make this pad feel very smooth, and I have no real gripes with this pad at all. Next, moving on to the Jades. These make any pad, cloth or glass, feel like an air hockey table. There's no stopping power at all. And these are the fastest skates you can get on the market, period, both for glass and cloth. So if you want really fast skates with a pretty fast pad, this is the combo for you. Next, another skate that makes this pad feel like an air hockey table are the Tiger Ice V2s. This is just very, very fast, very little stopping power, very little starting friction. So this is probably second in speed on this pad. Third, which this is probably equally as fast, is the core pads. These have the same qualities as the Tiger Ice V2s. Very little dynamic and static friction. I like these skates a lot on this pad as well. So going in order from fastest to slowest, we have the Jades, Tiger Ice V2s, core pads, and then finally Obsidians. Now for a side-by-side comparison between this pad and the SkyPAD, the two main differences between this pad and the SkyPAD is the speed. The SkyPAD is noticeably faster when you have them side by side than the Padsmith pad, but using them in game, they feel very, very similar. Another thing, I don't know if you guys can hear it. I'll bring my mic close. The Padsmith pad is far quieter in basically every regard to the SkyPAD. That's one of the big things that sets this pad apart from the SkyPAD, is the sound, and also how this pad reacts to dust. With the SkyPAD, any little grain of dust or hair, you can feel it under your skates, and it feels like running your mouse over sand. It feels absolutely horrible. On this pad, you still feel it, but you can get away with it more than you can on the SkyPAD. Finally, the two bases. SkyPAD only has a 4-corner dot design. While it does stick to my desk a lot, as you can see the cam shakes more than the mouse moves, I would still say that the Padsmith pad does feel better in use, and just the extra confidence that this pad will not move no matter what. I'd say even above the Pulsar Superglide pad when it comes to how sticky and how planted the base feels. That's basically it for this review. I hope you guys like it. I do plan on making a review of the Jade skates, so make sure you tune in and sub for that. All that said, peace.